Yes, Honorable. You're most welcome. We are so glad to talk to you. How is your afternoon? Let's come a bit closer. Yes, we are talking to a number of members of Parliament, your colleagues, about the budget that you have just listened to. What is your view? Your colleagues are not happy with what has been given to health, and others are happy with the Uganda Development Bank, others, a number of things. Personally, as Persis Namuganza, your voters are watching. What is your view about the budget?
I don't know why they are not happy. Maybe sometimes our colleagues don't read figures very well and master. Yes, what has been allocated to what. Because this budget, if you look at it critically, it has focused on a few areas, which His Excellency the President have been emphasizing. That is the real economy. It has given attention to agriculture, attention education, attention health, attention to ICT, because you had the minister emphasizing that because we are going to increase our agricultural products in order to promote export promotion, we shall need a lot of marketing. But given the world situation of coronavirus, we need to use technology and do digital marketing. You must have heard the minister emphasizing that. So the area of education, for example, even when the money is not as much as we would like to pay, but at least we have given it attention. The government is going to increase the construction of institutions of higher learning, which said the minister said, even education, which the minister said are much more needed in the rural areas, because as you are aware, many school dropouts have been there, but because these institutions of higher learning, are so far away from the people. It doesn't. These children who are dropping out of school, they find it difficult to go. If so many schools are lapidated, some of them don't even have pit latrines. But because we have not been giving education the maximum attention as it deserves, we end up dropping money here and there. At the end of the day, we don't mean a lot.
A member of Parliament from your region, the Honorable Chibalya Morris, says he's not happy with the way agriculture is being given resources, because even the time he has been in Parliament, he has never had at least anything like a supplementary budget for agriculture and things like that. That the agriculturalists have been hit hard with the pandemic, by the pandemic, just like other sectors, but they have not been given that attention as other sectors have been. Government has given money for the youth, more money for the what? Agriculture is almost the same. What is your view, Honorable?
I don't think it's the same. Remember the last financial year, we raised the agriculture budget to over 1 trillion, something that had never happened. And this time we have added on something. So my colleagues, that's why I'm telling you that they don't read these figures properly, to know that there is some kind of additional support. In the area of agriculture, as the President is emphasizing real economy, there is no way the government cannot give agriculture attention. Even in the lockdown where we have been, we have survived because we are eating. And what is affecting the world is food, mostly. Therefore, the area of agriculture is given the attention, and even we are going to look at it more and more, because you've heard that we are borrowing, we are putting more money for irrigation. But again, we are also even borrowing for irrigation. And all that is to support what? Agriculture. And agriculture sector can be supported in so many ways. Because even the roads that we are constructing, they are, yes, from the gardens to the market centers and wherever. For my colleagues think that these other sectors, when we inject money, they don't support the other sectors. But what they should know is that sectors support each other. They support each other. When you have a good road network, you're supporting agriculture. When you have irrigation, you're supporting
basing on the budget, the way you have seen it, what message do you have for the Ugandans watching you, especially your sector, the land sector, and your voter deep down have forgotten their constituency?
The land sector, for us as we are focusing on the vision of 2040, is to ensure that the land ownership in Uganda is clear. And that's why we have a task of ensuring that by 2040, all the land in Uganda must be titled with clear ownership, not double ownership of having people who are owning the different types of the titles on the same piece of land. But I want to appeal to Ugandans that now that they have lowered the cost of money, government has injected over $1 trillion to UDB. I encourage Ugandans to go and borrow this money. You know, Ugandans take things for granted. Even when the government comes out and announces something, they don't go there. They have a negative attitude of thinking that maybe they are lying. This money has been injected into UDB. Because one of the things that have been affecting our people is the cost of money. Money which is so expensive that they end up doing business as if they are working for the banks. Now that the government has injected money in UDB, Ugandans should go and borrow money. And the youth, please, form these groups and the circles, the money is there, and work for your country, also work for yourselves.
Thank you so much, Honorable Persis.
You too, UBC.
Sure, the best
For serving us.
Thank you so much, and we most welcome. That is the Honorable Persis Namuganza. We want to talk to the Honorable